Who's gonna decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hooey, Western Original.
Hey Pieper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors! Hey Pieper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Sundown and 91 degrees here in Converse, Texas, as we get set for high school football action. As a matter of fact, district play beginning tonight for both these squads. The homestanding Wagner Thunderbirds and the Pieper Warriors, who are coming in at 3-0. Good evening. Along with Sam Kamen, my name is Roland J. Reese. we thank you so much for joining us this evening. And Sam, we're looking at a battle here this evening between a big air attack, which we've seen in the last 3 weeks from Pieper, and a running game that we're going to see from Wagner this evening. A team that gets it done primarily on the ground.
Yeah, two very contrasting styles between the spread attack, the new form of football played by the Pieper Warriors, versus kind of that old school feel that these Wagner Thunderbirds have. An option attack, triple option, slot T, whatever you want to call it. It's still the same principle, so it'll be an interesting battle to see who can assess their kind of domination as well as their type of offensive attack into this one.
Absolutely. As you look at inside a couple of the numbers, say a consensus or an average of the beginning of the season for both squads, you've got Pieper coming in with a total of, well, just a little over 351 yards passing per game versus just over 4 yards passing a game for Wagner. And then on the other side of that, rushing the football 106 yards per game for Pieper and 283 per game on the ground for Wagner. So the Thunderbirds are going to get the football to start things off this evening. We get set from the kickoff. Ball is in the air. We are underway. This one's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Wagner will have the football to get things started off, 1st and 10.
Get our first look at the quarterback under center, Charles Mondi. And that was kind of the question. You've got very good running backs and A-backs in this Thunderbird option system. Can they have the quarterback to distribute it? And so far, Mondi, through 2 games, has done pretty well.
And one thing Pieper's going to have to look for, of course, is try to contain that run. Mondi, as you mentioned, 3 touchdowns, all carrying the ball into the end zone this season. Under center at the 25, man in motion. Mondi, the handoff straight ahead. Coming down around the 30. It's Mondi with the keeper. Over in on the stop that time defensively, Nino Spina from his linebacker position for the Pieper Warriors.
And that's going to be the big key for Pieper, is reading your keys, playing disciplined football, making sure you got a hat on a hat, and making sure each person knows their assignment. 2nd
and 5, 2 receivers to the far side. It goes man in motion, lining up in the slot. Once again, a handoff straight ahead. That is William Reynolds, the senior. He is their leading ground gainer on the year, for 41 carries for 243 yards and a couple of touchdowns thus far. He'll bang it out for a pickup of about 4, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he had 98 rushing yards against San Marcos, a touchdown on only 7 attempts. He's their bowling ball.
They're lining up tight. Mondi, the keeper. Looks like he's ridden back, though, that time. Well, we'll check that. They may give him forward progress. Thor Michael Bust breaking through that line and getting into the backfield that time, but he definitely got over the line needed, yardage needed. It'll be a 1st down for Wagner.
Yeah, Michael Bust actually threw down William Reynolds. The running back thought he had the ball. Instead, it was Mondi able to pick up the 1st down for the Thunderbirds.
3 backs in the backfield this time for quarterback Charles Mondi. The pitch coming near side, running it, containment out, as Jaden Tardy with the carry that time. Coming over to make the stop was number 49, Josh Menchaca.
And this is an offense that is not necessarily not familiar with for Pieper. They played Liberty Hill, who runs a similar option type of offense. And so we'll see how they can, again, stay controlled and figure out this Thunderbirds attack.
Kevon Carter out to the far side. After that gain of 8, it's going to be 2nd and 2. Wagner may be looking to draw Pieper off. There goes a man in motion. Mondi, the keeper, once again. Michael Bust over to make the stop as he crosses the 45 down to around the 46-yard line. And they're going to say that's enough. Let's move the chains. It'll be another 1st down for Wagner.
And And this is a Wagner offensive line that's not necessarily the most experienced, but they've got plenty of size. Look at number 77, Jaliam Ross, a big physical presence, that center. He sets the tone there for the offensive line.
Absolutely. Pair of receivers to the far side on this 1st and 10. This time looked like a busted play, though Mondi kept it himself. He's going to get positive yards out of this. Coming over to make the stop, Nino Spino once again from his linebacker position.
And Mondi's going to have to come off the field. His helmet came off, so he'll have to be forced to sit at least one play. But that's a big thing. Busted play, but he got positive yards. And that's with a rushing offense, you got to stay ahead of the chains.
Latrell Stevens-Jones in the quarterback position this time for Wagner, as Monty has to sit out on this 2nd and 8 after that gain of 2. Jones, the pitch, far side, across midfield and into Pieper territory goes Sonny Serrano, and he's into the end zone for a Wagner touchdown with 8:35 remaining in the opening stanza.
What a play there by the Thunderbirds, striking quickly. A lot of short, minimal gains, and then they bust one for 49 yards to cap off the 7-play drive. Who needs Mondi to run the option when you got a great backup quarterback with Latrell Stevens doing the same thing?
Absolutely. And Serrano using his blockers wisely and, of course, finding the openings. Did a great job. It looks like shifting at the line. They're going to try now the extra point. This will be coming off the foot of Damian Facundo. Charles Mondi, the aforementioned, the holder. Kick is up. And it's good. 8:33 remaining in the first quarter. Our scores: Wagner 7, Pieper nothing. Back with more in a moment here on the Warriors Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Back with you now at D.W. Rutledge Stadium here in Converse, Texas, where the Wagner Thunderbirds have just gotten on the scoreboard. And, Sam, how did that drive look?
Yeah, 7 plays, 75 yards, opening drive for Wagner. Took 3:27 off the clock and a 49-yard touchdown run from Sonny Serrano, his first of the year. And that's what you draw up if you're the home Thunderbirds. Strike early against this Pieper offense and try and dwindle the game down and manage the clock.
And, you know, Sam, we mentioned maybe the Pieper defense needed to look to contain the run. Sometimes that's a lot easier said than done, especially given how Wagner looked on that opening drive. Here's the kickoff. Fair catch called for. That time by Champagne. And the air attack of the Pieper Warriors will come in and go to work here, 1st and 10.
First look at Caden Keith, and what he's done in 3 games after replacing Jake South at quarterback has been incredible. 6 touchdowns, almost threw for 400 yards against Davenport. Has 10 touchdowns to only 1 interception through 3 games. That's what Coach Nick Rogers wants out of his quarterback.
Absolutely, and he's got 2 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side on this 1st and 10. Here's the give. This is Hopper. He breaks to the outside, crosses the 30-yard line down to around the 31. It's another thing I was going to mention. Hopper has been very, very effective running the football. Not big numbers, but solid numbers, and that may be a factor right there that people need to kind of take notice of. You know, they'll lull you to sleep with the pass and maybe start going to Hopper for the run. They're going to give him a pickup of 5. It's 2nd and 5. Drop it back in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, and I think that was Hopper. There at about the 35, couldn't haul that in.
And they like to get Hopper into the game, whether it be with the run or with the pass. Had 8 touches, 4 carries, 4 receptions, just under 100 yards last week against the Wolves. Can't come up with that one, but still third and manageable.
It is with 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here goes a man in motion. That's Grinstead to the far side on this 3rd and 5, rolling. Pass, this one caught. Hauled in, that's going to be enough for a first down. Coming away with that is Evan Drake, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, look for that tight end to get a lot more action from Keith. I mean, Evan Drake, big physical presence there. Caught a touchdown in his only reception versus Davenport last week. Only has 2 receptions all year, so they want to get him more into the attack.
Keith, the handoff. Straight ahead, it is Hopper. He bangs his way out to near the 40-yard line. Over on the stop that time, Aaron Davis for Wagner.
A little bit more methodical approach right now, trying to establish the run game. Can't be just pass happy. You want to be complimentary if you're Pieper.
Hopper lone back there for quarterback Caden Keith. On this 2nd and 7, Hopper the give once again across the 40. Stopped just a little shy of the 45. Davis once again with the stop for Wagner. That'll bring up a 3rd down for the Warriors.
And if he doesn't stop Hopper there, that's going for a long ways. It's first down for sure. If not, Hopper's got enough speed, and he's able to break enough tackles to get to the end zone. Good stop there by Wagner, though, to make it 3rd and short.
Got 2 receivers either side on this 3rd and 3. Keith. Little quick out to Hopper, across the 45, midfield and into Wagner territory as he's taken down about the 47-yard line. That'll move the chains and give the Pieper Warriors another first down.
Again, get Hopper the ball, whether it be in the passing game or running attack. This time they set up a nice screen with Hopper, his 4th touch, able to move the chains.
First and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 47, the Wagner 47, that is. Here's Keith dropping back. Oh, he's going to be dropped, and I don't see any penalty markers that time. From our vantage point, looked awful close to being a face mask, but I guess as you're going to say, they just got the Pieper quarterback.
Yeah, Zario Brooks gets a big right hand in. It looked like it looked like possibly a face mask, if not even like that front horse collar. Instead, it was just a clean sack according to the referees, and just a week after having 3 QB hurries, gets a sack.
2nd and 20. Pass complete across midfield. That time, Grindstall with the reception. Back to near the original line of scrimmage at the, well, call it the 48. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
And he got popped there on that last hit, so good job of making the catch and finishing it through contact. Able to pick up that sack yardage, and this could be 2-down territory for Pieper.
Pair of receivers either side on this 3rd and 11. Keith with taking the snap. He drops the football. The Thunderbirds are saying they have it. And according to the stripes down there on the field, that is the case. So turnover for Pipers as Wagner back on offense.
Gutierrez was the one that hopped on the ball for the Thunderbirds, and now they get the early score. Now a stop on the opening defensive possession, and trying to double up their lead.
That tight formation once again is Wagner in good field position. They're at their own 44-yard line, or correct, yes. Or correction, the 46-yard line. Other side of the 45, Roland. Other side of the 45. It's 1st and 10. Checking in Jordan Lovings. He'll go flanked out to the far side for Wagner. Mondi under center. He's going to keep it across the 40, down to near the 35-yard line before he'll be brought down. Jackson Hopper, senior defensive back, in on the stop.
It's already the 5th run for Mondi, so Piper's doing a good job of keying in on stopping Reynolds and the running backs, but they're not accounting for the quarterback just yet.
Yeah, going to give Mondi a pickup of 9 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 1 as 2 receivers out to the near side. Thing is, Wagner's been getting it done on the ground thus far. Here's a handoff going straight ahead across the 35 down to around the 33. Goes the running back, and I believe that's William Reynolds. They're going to mark this, they mark it at the 33. That'll be enough to move the chains and give the Thunderbirds a first down.
And right now they're getting about 4 or 5 yards per carry, which is going to move the sticks every single time. So Piper's got to get them for a loss or at least a no gain to get them behind the chains and into what they're not familiar with, which is passing.
1st and 10 to give once again to Reynolds across the 30 down to near the 25-yard line. I think he's going to be stopped just shy then. He's explosive, Reynolds is. At 41 carries for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns coming into play tonight for William Reynolds.
I don't know quick math, but 7 rushes for only 98 yards last week. That's for sure double digits yards per carry, which is pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to give Reynolds a pickup of 7, 2nd and 3. Reynolds once again, why not? He's going to get out into near first down territory. I believe he's got that as Jackson Hopper once again coming over to make the stop. Little help that time also from number 34, Caleb Gale. And that's going to move the chains. Be another Wagner first down. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the opening stanza. Wagner out to a 7-0 lead, and they're looking for more. First and 10. Line of scrimmage is the Pieper 22. Here's the pitch. Reynolds tripped up as he gets near the 20. Good heads-up play that time defensively. He's coming over to make the stop. That was Raja Lopez, the junior defensive back. Raja.
Yeah, Lopez had a sack last week, 18 tackles for the season for Lopez. Able to stop him for 1. Now they got to do it again, get them into what would be passing territory likely for the Thunderbirds.
2nd and 8. Mondi under center. The give, Reynolds inside the 15 down to around the 14-yard line. He's getting up off the bottom of that pile is Leighton Springer. Leighton, by the way, quarterback sack last week in the Davenport contest, making his presence felt defensively for Pieper.
Led the team in tackles with 11, so there's a lot of guys on this Pieper Warriors defense that can get the job done. Who's going to come up with the big tackle here on 3rd down?
It's 3rd and 2. Mondi, the keeper, he's going to have the first down and more as he gets out near the 10-yard line. And speaking of 10, Bennett King with the stop that time for the Pieper Warriors.
He's the team leader in tackles right now, but right now the front 7 for Pieper is getting pushed back by the offensive line of Wagner. It's still early here, but the physicality's being won right now by the Thunderbirds.
First down to give Reynolds. He's going to bang it out to inside the 5, down around the 4-yard line is Leighton Springer once again making the stop. And that may do it here for the first quarter as we've only got about 10 seconds left. Line of scrimmage is going to be the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal for Wagner, and they're just going to let the clock run out. And they say, we'll get the points here in the second quarter. And that's 1 in the books. Our score, Wagner 7, Pieper nothing. We're going to be back with more here in just a moment. Second quarter action on the Warriors Network.
Who's gonna decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
Back with you now at DW Rutledge Stadium. Judson ISD. The Wagner Thunderbirds out in front of Pieper 7-0. And they're going for more as we get set to start the second quarter, along with Sam Kamen. My name is Roland J. Reese. And Sam, it's been an interesting battle thus far, especially a lot of good on the ground, as we knew it was going to happen from Wagner.
And this is what Wagner's game plan is their best defense is also their offense because of how much time of possession they take. So this is only the third drive of the game.
Reynolds taking the handoff, getting down near the 2-yard line. Kyler Shepler, senior linebacker, making the stop that time for Pieper. Big third down coming up. It's 3rd and 1.
And with how they've been running the ball, you're a yard and a half away. This is when you get to really see Oklahoma drill. Work on beating your guy up front. Can Pieper do it for this play and possibly the next?
3rd and goal. Line of scrimmage is the 1-yard line. Monty under center. Snap to give. Reynolds. Haven't seen any indication, and now I have. Touchdown, Wagner. It looked like they may have just held him up there, but that young man's just not going to be denied. William Reynolds, some big runs thus far this evening.
He got hit right at the goal line, but was able to twist and contort his way and made sure the ball crossed the goal line. So touchdown Wagner, putting them up 2 scores now.
Yeah, picking up his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. The extra point is good. And with 11-12 left to go before halftime, our new score, Wagner 14, Pieper nothing. Back with more in a moment on the Warriors Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Well, we thank you so much for joining us this evening on the Warriors Network. Wagner out to a 14-0 lead. And Sam, how did that drive look?
9 plays. They went 46 yards, taking 5 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock. They cashed in off that fumble by Caden Keith, and it was punched in on 3rd and 1 by their lead running back Reynolds. So now it's time for the Warriors to kick it into high gear. You got to take advantage of every single possession, because with how Wagner likes to play and milk the clock, they've already had over 9 minutes of time of possession. You've got to cash in on every single drive.
And you can see the enthusiasm on the Wagner sideline. Those young men celebrating, feeling it right now. Here's the kickoff coming to Champaign, who says, yeah, we'll just down this. And the Pieper Warriors are going to come out once again 1st and 10 and see if they can get their offense generated at this point.
And they had a good mix of run and pass there in that first drive. Just got behind the chains with a sack, and then another pressure that caused the fumble. So We'll see what Coach Nick Rogers wants to do here. They loved to throw the ball last week. They're only seeing a three-man front, so looks like Wagner likes to drop 8.
Here's the give. This is Brady Hopper across the 30 before he's stacked up. They're going to probably give him forward progress after the 30-yard line.
And it makes sense why Brady Hopper is getting the ball more and more, because you see 3 down linemen and they're bringing a 4th rusher every once in a while. That front is enticing you to run.
Exactly. That may soften things up in the middle, too, for some short passes. Once again, Hopper, and he's off to the races across midfield and into Wagner territory. Out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, and there's penalty marker on the field. We'll check that.
It's right where the line of scrimmage is on the Wagner sideline, so it could be anything from holding to even a legal formation. It'd be a backbreaker for Pieper if this is indeed on them. Still waiting for the signal.
Yes, indeed. We haven't gotten the call yet, but all indications appear to be against Pieper, backing him up.
So they moved the flag to the 38, which would have been first down yardage.
It's a hold. That's the call, the 28 now, the line of scrimmage.
So it really only backs him up a couple yards because the holding penalty was so far up the field, though.
Here's the pitch. Nice carry across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Goes John Hamilton.
Hamilton's just as good as Brady Hopper because they're a good 1-2 counter punch. Hamilton's a little bit more of that speedy back versus Hopper's got a little bit more physicality to him. Little pitch forward for Hamilton makes it third and manageable.
It's going to be 3rd and 3. Man in motion, that's grind style near side. Quick out, pass complete. That's Champagne who makes the catch, gets down around the 40-yard line. That ought to be enough to move the chains, and that's exactly what's going to happen. It'll be a first down. Pieper.
And a nice set up there with the wide receiver middle screen, but I'll tell you, if Kayvon Carter does not get the shoelace of Champagne, they might be toasting in the end zone for a touchdown.
From the 38, it's first down. Here's a handoff. Once again, Hamilton out across the 40 to near the 44, I believe they're going to mark it. And go ahead and mark it at the 45. Nice pickup for the senior running back.
Gain of 7 there. Haven't been able to bust the big play open yet, though.
Second down. Let's give it to Hamilton once again. Across midfield and into Wagner territory across the 45 down to around the 44. Before he's met there.
Great play design there as they pull the left guard, John Como, and a great job there of patience by Hamilton, letting the blocks develop, staying right behind Como. Big game.
Another 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Pass across the middle, in and out of the hands of Champagne. That time back defensively was DeMonte Drummer.
Yeah, that's a lucky throw there because Champagne able to avoid Carter because that slant pattern had disaster written all over it, whether that be an interception or getting your wide receiver popped hard in the middle.
3 wide receivers to the near side on this second down. Here's the handoff. Nice hole, Hamilton, across the 30, down to around the 25-yard line. Good running by this Pieper Warrior offense, who's noted for passing the football, but they've looked like they've made a little bit of noise on the ground.
Yeah, big gain there for 20. Last two runs by Hamilton have gone for first downs in double digits, as there's a Thunderbird injured on the Warriors sideline. And it's that motion where they're pulling the right guard or left guard, really running right well, and good patience by Hamilton once again to give them those big gains.
Well, I'll tell you what, a score right now will certainly give Pieper some momentum. The injured Wagner Thunderbird, I believe, is number 20. That's right. Aaron Davis.
That'd be a big loss there for the Thunderbird defense. That inside linebacker had 12 tackles versus the San Marcos Rattlers in their win last week.
And he's up walking under his own power, so that's a good sign. Look, hopefully he'll be back in this contest. I mean, he's made noise and made his presence felt thus far in the game for that Thunderbird defense. So he's going to come over to the sidelines, I believe, for a breather. And it looks like he's going to be back in. So first down for the Pieper Warriors. Line of scrimmage is the 25, that being the Wagner 25-yard line. Referee says, let's get this thing started. Keith calls for the ball. The give once again to Hamilton. Why not? Across the 20 down to around the 18-yard line. You know, John sure has made a difference running the football.
Yeah, he has been explosive when he's gotten the ball on this drive. Ride the hot hand.
Second down. Keith, let's go with Hamilton again. This time, looks like he's going to be stacked up at about the 15-yard line. Good job on defense. He's coming over to make the stop.
They signaled first down, but I think Whitehat's going to correct his call. Looks like they're just a half a yard short.
Yeah, it's going to be third and short. You are correct. The give, Hamilton, sure. Across the 15, the 10. He's tripped up at about the 5-yard line. That'll be another first down. First and goal this time for the Pieper Warriors as their offense gets on track.
Another big explosive run. They run right into the blitz, and Hamilton squeaks right through.
Once again, Hamilton to give inside the 5 down to around the 3-yard line. Javion Rector, among others, in on the stop that time for Wagner. It'll be a second and goal.
8 carries on this drive. They've just fed Mr. John Hamilton, and you see why. He's been very effective. No need to put the ball in the air right now.
Second and goal. Keith, the give. Brady Hopper into the end zone. Touchdown, Pieper. So the Warriors have an answer with 6:44 remaining in the first half.
4th touchdown of the season for Brady Hopper, his 2nd on the ground, and it's a much-needed response as they take just about 4+ minutes off the clock, and a nice sustained drive get them right back in this ball game.
To try the extra point, Daniel Miranda. It is good. 6:43 remaining in the first half. We got a new ball game. It's Wagner 14, Pieper 7. Back with more in a moment here on the Warriors Network. Back with you at Rutledge Stadium, here adjacent to Judson High School in Converse, Texas. And that drive, Sam Kamen, what did we see?
We saw a lot of Brady Hopper and John Hamilton. It was all on the ground for Pieper, just about. A couple dinks and dunks, a couple screen plays there for Caden Keith, but Brady Hopper gets the touchdown and makes this a one-score game once again.
That was touched by the Wagner Thunderbird return man. It was Jaden Tardy who got his hands on that. Fell back on it to retain possession for the Thunderbirds, and they'll be on offense 1st and 10, and should mark this, I believe, near the 15-yard line.
Well, right now they've got it marked at the 25.
Oh, my.
Which
what he must
they're
have been
asking for possibly a fair catch, but he didn't.
There we go.
Complete the fair catch.
Now it's coming back.
There we go. It's Thursday. We're not yet to the weekend.
You can fool the old man some of the time, but not all the time. He's still got a little savvy there. Okay, so the 15-yard line is where we're going to work. 1st and 10. 'Cause I didn't see him looking to call for a fair catch.
It was one of those squib kicks and tried to field it on the hop, was unable to, and then just had to pounce on it because if he tries to pick that ball and run, Pieper can go take it.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from the 15. Handoff, no. It's a pitch across the 15, the 20, across the 40-yard line. Guess who once again? Midfield and into Pieper territory goes Sonny Serrano. He's probably rushed for over 100 yards thus far here in the first half.
Well, he's touched the ball twice, a 49-yard touchdown, and that one went for 42. So he's at 91 yards on 2 touches. He's got, again, with these A-backs, he's more of that wide receiver type build. You could see it when he was streaking along this sideline, just outrunning everyone.
Well, it's 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is the Pieper 43-yard line for Wagner. Give straight ahead across down to near the 35, that is.
I think it was number 35 with the carry as well.
That is correct. That is Xavier Luera who's checked in.
And that's something you don't want to see as well, because we talked about the big man that's been their center and that lead force for the Thunderbirds, Jalem Ross. Well, he was starting to hobble over to the sideline and then took his helmet off, stopped on the field and threw his helmet off. He is in some serious pain.
Yeah, we certainly hope he gets back and okay. So I tell you what, while they tend to Jalen Ross take a little breather here. Well, actually,
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
okay, back with you now. Rutledge Stadium is Jalen Ross being attended to. We certainly hope for a speedy recovery and back in soon. 2nd and 2 now for Wagner. Once again, the give to the outside. Luera, and he's going to be shoved back. That time, Pieper defense feeling it. Jackson Hopper, in among others, in on the stop. Also Bennett King from his defensive back position.
Yeah, good job there by the defense, keeping the Thunderbirds for just a short, minimal game. But for Wagner, they moved the chains once again.
That's a 1st and 10. Thunderbirds. Here's the pitch near side across the 30 before he's wrapped up. It's Jaden Tardy in on the stop that time. Chris Vivians.
Good job running sideline to sideline. This is a option team that's going to try and outflank you. Good job there by the Warriors to make sure they've got the outside contained. driving back in. Still a good sized pickup for the Thunderbirds, though.
They gave him 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Line of scrimmage, the Pieper 29. The give straight up the middle, actually trying to go around that guard. The state was, I believe, it's 35 Luetta once again.
It actually wasn't. I don't see him on our roster. It's number 34. So
okay.
We'll give it to Mr. number 35.
Why not? Number off. We'll check that momentarily. Yep.
So 3rd and 7, though.
3rd and 7. Pair of receivers to the far side. Mondi checking signals. Keeps it. The pitch. Strung out. That is Tardy, and he's knocked out. Good defensive play that time. Coming over to make the stop, that was Leighton Springer.
Does look like they're going to give him the spotting and the first down.
Boy, they've just been able to keep it on the ground and eke out those first downs when they need them.
And the Warriors were right there. Every single person, they crunched down on the initial run up the middle from Reynolds. You had a guy playing both the man and the pitch man, but just a little too much speed from Tardy.
22-yard line, that being the Pieper 22. It's 1st and 10 for Wagner. The snap this time, Mondi, the keeper, will get across the 20 down to around the 18-yard line. See who gets up off the bottom of that. That would be Nino Spina. He's had quite a first half.
You're going to see a lot of tackles from your front 7, your D-line and linebackers, but you can see this Pieper team, cornerbacks and safeties are playing only like 5 yards down the field because there is no real threat to pass, but they're still being successful on the ground are the Thunderbirds.
Pick up a 5. It's 2nd and 5 for the Thunderbirds. Handoff. That running back banging across the 20 down to near the 10-yard line, or the 15, that is, near the 10-yard line. And who else but William Reynolds with the carry.
Yeah, that was just a good run there, keeping those legs churning. It looked like it was just going to be a minimal gain for 1 or 2 yards. He kept those legs churning. The offensive line kept pushing from the back, able to move the chains, and now they're just on the brink of their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives.
Actually, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They can actually pick up a first down if they get to the 1. So once again, tight formation for the Thunderbirds. Handoff coming near side, banging out and into the end zone. Touchdown. That is William Reynolds with an 11-yard run.
Warriors had a chance to get him. Chris Vivians met him in the hole, but just too much power from William Reynolds. Able to run right over him. And it's the 3rd touchdown on the ground for Wagner. They are 3 for 3 today. 2nd coming from number 5, William Reynolds.
Before Reynolds, it's his 4th touchdown rushing the football of the year. Here's the extra point. This one from Damian Facundo is good. 2:24 remained in the first half. And our score now, Wagner 21, Pieper 7. Back with more in a moment, right here on the Warriors Network.
Hey Pieper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Well, the Wagner Thunderbirds back on the scoreboard. That drive,
7 plays, 85 yards, took 4:14 off the clock. They are doing it all on the ground. Another long extended drive capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run by William Reynolds. And now we get to see if Pieper, they like to throw the ball. Got a little 2-minute drill going into the half. They will receive. So this is a chance to make it a one-possession game, come out of the half, score, and it's a brand new ball game once again.
And, clock control, you got to tip your cap to Wagner, too, because keeping it on the ground, they sure are controlling that clock, at least thus far in the first half. There's a fair catch. Being called by Champaign, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pieper Warriors as they try to have an answer. Try to see if they have an answer to that last Wagner touchdown.
They had the answer last time, took it 80 or 75 yards in 8 plays. Hopper with the touchdown run, but a lot of that first drive was on the ground. Now we'll get to see it really hasn't been a lot for Caden Keith because of the front they've been showing, the 3-man front. It's enticing to run the ball. Here with 2:20, 3 timeouts, everything's still at your disposal.
Absolutely. That Wagner defense is giving them that middle, so as you were saying, take advantage of it.
And some of it, too, is how Pieper's lining up. They're spreading the entire defense of Wagner from sideline to sideline. You see both of the edge wide receivers are on the outside of the numbers.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pieper Warriors. Line of scrimmage is their own 25-yard line. And I believe the officiating crew trying to get things back in.
I got some clock issues. A couple seconds ran off the clock. Should be 2:22, not 2:18.
Yeah, there we go. Reset the clock.
I went to 2:17.
And I believe it's just the time we're getting that, waiting to get that situation resolved. Because it's going down instead of up. Well, as we mentioned, coming into play tonight, Pieper coming in perfect 3-0 record. Wagner's at 1-1. It was an interesting situation with the Thunderbirds we were talking about a little bit before the game, Sam. They didn't play that first week. I believe they had one of their games canceled.
Mm-hmm. They did, and there's so much kind of the non-district, non-conference. You can say what you want, but district is where you make your money. And although Pieper had probably one of the better non-districts in all of San Antonio, beating the likes of Bernie, Johnson, Davenport, all very competitive schools in their districts and classifications. Right now it's been a different story. Wagner, through 2 games, didn't know who was going to come out. You lose 35-6 versus Dripping Springs. You win last week 40-17 versus San Marcos, and they've kept that good mojo going here at home versus the Pieper Warriors.
Absolutely. As you were mentioning, that opening game for Pieper, 38-36 win over Bernie. Man, that was one for the ages. I tell you, that came down to the final seconds. And then 38-24 win over Johnson, and as you were mentioning, 42-7 last week over Davenport. And man, what a game Keith had. 21 of 27, 389 yards throwing the football, and just one time throwing it in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite the performance. And as much as we want to talk about the offense, it was the defense, though, that was really impressive for me doing that game. They did not allow an offensive touchdown to Davenport, a team that's used to scoring over 40 points per game. The only touchdown the Wolves scored was on a missed field goal return for a touchdown.
Well, 2:11 now remaining before halftime. Here's the give. This is Brady Hopper across the 30. He's going to be brought down around the 30, I call it the 33-yard line.
They're going to continue with that run.
Sure, they've been successful running the football. Although they do have 3 receivers near side. Once again, Hopper with the carries. He'll be brought down just shy of the 40. But that'll be enough to move the chains and give the Warriors a first down.
Yeah, it's really It's one of those cool things where it's a flip forward, so it'll count as a pass attempt and receiving yards, but it's still one of those jet sweep motions that acts as an extension of the run game.
1st and 10. Warriors looking to get on the scoreboard before halftime. This is penalty marker down as Keith takes off across midfield and into Wagner territory as he'll run out about the 47-yard line, but we're going to check that penalty marker. That's usually in the area of holding. And that is indeed the case. So negate that run by Keith.
Second holding penalty for Pieper. They were able to overcome it last time, but now you got under 90 seconds. Got to go the full length of the field here. Still have all 3 timeouts, though.
1st and 20. They've got to get to the 47 for a first down. And in motion near side. Pressure coming. Keith unloads this in and out of the hands of Brady Hopper at about the 25-yard line. Certainly been more productive running the football than catching it, though. It's interesting to note that Hopper not only has 138 yards on the season carrying the football, he's got 138 yards catching the football.
Yeah, that's what you like, versatility out of both Hopper and Hamilton. They can do it in the receiving front or the rushing front, but that last play just took a little too much length to develop there, and so causing the incompletion.
2nd and 20. Here's Keith dropping him back, looking downfield, just shy of his intended receiver, Grindstall. At about the 35-yard line, pass was a little short. So that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It was the right read, though. Everything down the field was covered. Grindstaff was right there. Plenty of room. Just that's a long throw from the right hash all the way to the far left sideline. That's a long throw. Just did not have enough steam to get it to him.
Apologies to Andrew. Been calling him Grindstall. It is Grindstaff. I apologize. 3rd down. Unloaded. This time, what a catch by Andrew Grindstaff.
Apology accepted right there. Big time play.
Wow.
From big time players. Caden Keith, exactly what you needed there. Get the offense going with a big chunk play.
And it's 1st and 10. Big pass and catch that time for the Warriors. Here's Keith stepping up. He's feeling pressure. Ball on the ground. And are they going to say that his arm was in motion? I believe that's the case.
That is very fortunate because that would have almost been the 2nd strip sack for Wagner. They've gotten pressure, and stepping up in the pocket is Keith. And that time, I guess he was able to make enough of a forward motion to cause it to be incomplete.
2nd and 10, 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the Wagner 32-yard line. Keith dropping back, looking, middle of the field, pass complete, Champagne across the 20, still on his feet, inside the 5, touchdown Pieper.
What a play. Isaiah Champagne, you see why he's next level talent. Takes the slant and does the rest himself. A nice little jump cut juke move. Everyone lost their ankles on that play. And Champagne, wow.
Beautiful pass and catch, and we've seen that from him all season long. Very, very gifted wide receiver. So on to try the extra point. It is good. And we got 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. Let's go to break. 21-14, Wagner on top of Pieper. More to come on the Warriors Network. Well, we've just been treated to the explosiveness of Isaiah Champagne with a beautiful pass and catch to go to the end zone. Caught it and did the rest on his own. And how did that drive look?
Yeah, I mean, just a minute 48 off the clock. Right when you needed a 2-minute drill, Isaiah Champagne, coach calls him lightning in a bottle. We got to see it on display on that last play.
Here's the kickoff. This will go into the end zone for a touchback. Wagner will have the football. And 33 seconds left to go before halftime. If this defense can hold, we'll have an interesting second half on the way. 25-yard line is the line of scrimmage, where the Thunderbirds will come to work. 1st and 10, but just that quick. We saw just that quick how that Warrior offense can strike.
Well, look at the only miscue was the fumble on the opening drive, and it looked like from a Thunderbird standpoint, they thought they got their second fumble on that last drive as well. Instead, it was ruled an incomplete pass. The very next play, Champagne turns it in for points. That's how minute and the margins are for victory and defeat is that one play, come back to it because that's a 14-point swing.
Absolutely. Once again, line of scrimmage is the Wagner 25. That's where the Thunderbirds will get this drive started on a 1st and 10. Been successful running the football all evening. As a matter of fact, I don't think they've had one pass attempt.
Not one. They did not have one last week in the win versus San Marcos. And by the looks of it, they're not needing it here today as well.
Mondi under center.
He lost it.
He lost the football. Ball's on the ground. The Warriors have it at the 20. And I believe that was Kyler Shepler coming up with the football.
What a turn of events in just a blink of an eye. 2:22 left in the second. Wagner's up 14, and now their lead's not even safe with 29 seconds left.
Wow, a miscue when you could ill afford to have one for the Wagner Thunderbirds. And the Pieper Warriors are right on the doorstep of tying this thing up and getting right back in it.
Just think about that. They could have taken a knee and taken it into the half. Instead, Warriors have a chance to tie this ball game.
1st and 10, line of scrimmage, the Wagner 20. Double reverse. Is the pass this one almost, is it intercepted? No. Or did he drop it?
He dropped it.
Wowzers. And we've got a Pieper Warrior down. It was Evan Drake taking the pitch and looking downfield to complete that pass. And we've got an injured Pieper Warrior on the field. And that apparently,
the guy that dropped the ball also is down and injured. So double whammy.
Well, I tell you what, while they're tending to the injured players, there's 2 injured players down there on the field. Let's take a break right now, and we'll come back to finish out the first half with you in just a few moments. It's 21-14, Wagner on top of Pieper. Back with more on the Warriors Network. back to play here just before halftime. Our injured player, Samuel Muchagamba, for the Pieper Warriors, and Jalen O'Brien from his defensive back position for Wagner. We'll look for their return. 1st and 10, Keith looking down, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Champagne, at about the 15-yard line.
Don't see that often from Isaiah Champagne. Something hit him in his hands. Just did not look that one all the way through, trying to get upfield like he did on his last reception. Now 3rd and 10.
Well, Champagne will go flank to the far side. It is 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Keith, the snap. Pass complete. This will be a 1st down as he finds Drake over on the far side, about the 4-yard line, where they're going to mark this. They're going to back it up to the 5. There's a timeout on the field.
Yeah, good use of the timeout there. Instead of hurrying up to the ball, get your play call in.
Or maybe even get a couple if you're in 11 seconds, or unless you want to throw the ball out if you don't have anything there on 1st down.
Yeah, you got time for about 2 plays. Probably 1 play for sure for comfort before having to take a field goal, but from the 5-yard line, everything's open for the playbook of offensive coordinator.
Well, Coach Kamen, let me ask you this. As successful as you've been thus far in the first half running the football, do you give Brady Hopper a shot? Or do you bring in, of course, Hamilton and give him a shot?
Well, I don't know, because you're lined up in empty right now. Hamilton's in the slot, so you could look for a little shovel pass.
Here it comes. And there it is. Good call, Coach. But Hamilton's going to be wrapped up, throwing for about a yard loss. If you've got another timeout, yeah, absolutely, you take it. And that is the case. Well, it's just like you called it.
And they've run that shovel play a couple times and been very successful. This time, Wagner's ready for it. So now here's the big question. Do you take the points, go into the locker room, and come out with the ball at the half, try to drive the field and take the lead, or do you try to go for the tie right now? That's what Nick Rogers gets paid the big bucks for.
Absolutely.
And that offense is going to come onto the field.
And here they come. And why not? Why not? They have found their spark in that last drive. And, of course, having the momentum from that turnover could result in something.
You got to think there's going to be some misdirection between Champagne and Grindstaff there in the slot on the far side.
Keith looking end zone, overthrew his target, Drake. And there's still 2 seconds left in the half.
And it was man-on-man with Drake and number 7, Jaden Tardy. A big, physical, jump ball type of receiver with Drake. They were successful last week on that play, just throwing the ball up an 8-yard touchdown, but this time threw it out of the end zone, but still had enough time to attempt this field goal.
They're trying the field goal to go to the halftime locker room. Another timeout. This time, the Wagner Thunderbirds are going to take a timeout. It's Daniel Miranda, the senior kicker. Give him a chance to think about it a little bit. But you're right, see, getting the football back to start the second half could be a big swing. I mean, they didn't come away from getting this turnover empty, if Miranda can convert this.
You got to cash in on turnovers. You saw what Wagner did after the Pieper turnover, put it in for points. Yes, some of this is more clock-driven because of the fact it's so close to the end of the half. You've got to get – you're probably calling a couple plays you don't necessarily want to, but this is probably the smart decision.
24-yard attempt here for Miranda. Snap, down, kick. And it's good. Going into the halftime locker room. Although there seems to be some discussion here by the officiating crew. Not sure what this is all about.
I don't see a yellow hanky anywhere, though.
No.
If this is on Wagner and it goes half the distance to the goal, do you trot the offense back on from the 3-yard line?
And try to run it? I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question.
Because they're talking to Coach Rogers as if it's on Wagner. And here comes the offense.
Wow. Wow. What an interesting turn of events. So a Wagner penalty. Let's see where this gets spotted.
So it was a personal foul.
At about the 3. At the 3. They put 2 seconds back on the clock. This is going to be an interesting call.
I like it. You got to be aggressive. Coach Rogers loves to be aggressive. Stick to your guns right here. You got both Hopper and Hamilton in. Single coverage to the top with Champagne. They're going to call timeout after seeing that.
Make them think about it.
Last 22 seconds of game time has probably been 15 to 20 minutes of real time.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Just with decisions, sorting out penalties, timeouts to make the other team think a little bit. And that's where we are, 21 to 14.
I can tell you my drive chart on this drive is all messed up with the penalties, timeouts.
It's been a big scoring second quarter, by the way. Had 4 touchdowns to this point, 2 apiece. Coupled by Wagner's William Reynolds. Hopper with a 2-yard touchdown run. Champagne, a 32-yard touchdown pass and run.
Same exact formation from Pieper. Now they've kind of added some help.
Hopper into the end zone, touchdown, Pieper. And we got a brand new ball game.
Brady Hopper just made the Wagner Thunderbirds pay for that costly personal foul penalty because it takes points off the board. Coach Rogers rolls the dice, and he found all the right numbers on that one.
And it's the mental mistakes. Can Wagner let it go here in the second half? We're going to check that out. Miranda on to try the extra point. This is good. And we're going into the halftime locker room tied at 21. Second half will be around here in just a bit. Meanwhile, halftime on the way on the Warriors Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
It's halftime at DW Rutledge Stadium in Converse, Texas, where right now we're going to enjoy the sights and the sounds of the Pieper High School Marching Band.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that. It's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that. It's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that. It's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western original.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that. It's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Pieper?
D.W. Rutledge Stadium in Converse, Texas. Just coming out of halftime, getting set to start the second half as the Pieper Warriors come on out of the field, and the Wagner Thunderbirds doing the same right at this point. 21-21, and Sam Kamen, I tell you what, we were treated to a very entertaining first half, to say the least.
Yeah, very entertaining. Lots of scoring in that second quarter, and Wagner really controlled the first half. I mean, their first three drives, they go touchdown, 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 averaging about 4 to 5 minutes in time of possession, but one turnover apiece, and that last turnover and then penalty right before halftime by the Thunderbirds. Warriors made them pay, and now they get the ball to start the second half.
And at this point in the game, of course, we're about to start the second half, but at this point it was that miscue right there before the end of the first half that's really the difference. I mean, because as you were saying, both teams a turnover apiece, which resulted in points, but that penalty at the end of the first half, where Pieper gets on the board and scores the tying touchdown, that seems to be the difference. And speaking of, the Warriors are going to get the football and start the second half.
Well, you talk about it. There's 33 seconds on the clock. You can take a knee, go to the end of the half. It's 21-14, and then Pieper's got to come out and score to tie the game. You fumble the very first snap, and then you get the stop. But on the field goal attempt from the 6-yard line, you commit a personal foul penalty, gets the ball to the 3, and then Brady Hopper does the rest.
You know, and you've got to wonder what that does to the psyche of the Wagner Thunderbirds, and we're about to find out here in the second half to see if that's affected them at all, or if, of course, the coaches are saying, you got to let that go and you got to just focus on the second half.
That's why you get 25 minutes at halftime. Get the boys straightened up.
Absolutely. And we're about to get the second half underway here from Converse, Texas. Pieper's going to have the football to start. Look at there. It looks like an onside kick, and Wagner recovers. How do you like that from the bag of trickeration? Wow. What a statement to start the second half.
They lined up to go with the onside kick to their sideline, and what a kick that was by number 18, Damian Fusindo. able to squib it instead to his left. No one over there for Pieper, and instead of it being the Warriors ball trying to take the lead for the first time, it's going to be the Thunderbirds trying to regain the lead.
And they're in Pieper territory at the 46-yard line. Is now checking in Jordan Lovings to the offense, and he'll go flanked out to the far side on this 1st and 10. The snap once again. They keep it on the ground, going straight ahead. It's Reynolds across the 45 down to around the 43 before he's wrapped up there. And on the stop that time, that was Caleb Gale.
Yeah, 205 yards all on the ground in the first half for Wagner. Reynolds led the way with 55 yards on 10 carries, 2 of those being touchdowns. He's been the workhorse so far this year, continuing to get the rock here to start the second half.
Should be 2nd and 6 right now for Wagner. This time handoff straight ahead. Reynolds staying on his feet before he's tripped up there. Gale once again on the stop for Pieper. It's going to be stopped shy of the first down marker, so that'll bring up a 3rd and manageable.
4 yards on both of those carries, and it looked like it could have been a lot more. Could not evade the last Pieper defender and stay on his feet.
So it's 3rd and 2. Monty drawing the troops to the line. Snap, whistle, and I believe that's going to be called against Wagner.
Yeah, Jaden Tardy is kind of that motion man. He kind of flinched, didn't know if he was going to start his motion initially, and then finally blowing the play dead. So that's a big penalty that backs him up 5 instead of it being 3rd and manageable. Now it's 3rd and long.
It's 3rd and 7, yeah. That defense is going to have to rise to the occasion. They get a stop here. And that'll be big for the Pieper Warriors. 3rd and 7. 43-yard line. The Pieper 43 is the line of scrimmage. Monty, the handoff. Reynolds, this time he'll be wrapped up. Good tackle that time. Gale over to make the stop. Some help also from Bennett King.
You can see the load it is to try and bring down William Reynolds. Took 3 Pieper's Warriors, and they made sure he was not going to break any of those tackles and get the first down. Got to do it one more down here.
Well, yeah, here they're going to roll the dice. It's 4th and 4 from the 40-yard line. Warriors need a big stop. Snap the pitch. Nothing doing. I believe Pieper held. As that time, the pitch back to Serrano. There was nothing doing there. Serrano, as you were mentioning, a couple of big runs in that first half, but just didn't have it that play.
And guess who it was on the edge? Raja Lopez, guy they call Raj, able to make sure he's got outside contained, forces him inside, and then makes the big-time tackle. So all that trickeration at the beginning of the half comes up empty for Wagner.
All for naught. Warriors football, 1st and 10. Here's the pitch. This is Hopper. Nice little run across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Brady Hopper, it's like he started in one direction, stopped and reversed his field. Didn't reverse his field, but ran right into the middle of that line for a nice pickup of 8. Well, they're going to now call it a pickup of 7. So 2nd and 3. Once again to give to Hopper. Look at this. Across midfield. I think he just kind of tripped himself up, but not before he got the first down.
And sometimes it happens where the Green Goblin comes up and grabs your shoelace, especially when you got so much green grass. Your offensive line is creating big gaping holes. Sometimes you want to move a lot faster than you really can.
That's what happens. Here's the give. It's Hamilton. It's down inside the 40. Nice running from John Hamilton once again. So we've had a nice dose of Hopper and Hamilton this evening. That's going to move the chains, be another Warriors first down. Just underway here, third quarter. We're tied at 21.
Yeah, unofficially, Hamilton was 61 yards in the first half, 31 for Hopper.
Look
Here's
at this.
one.
Across the 25, the 20 still on his feet, brought down at the 15-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle that time by Demarion Curley. And an injured Wagner Thunderbird on the field. Man, there's just something about the way Hamilton's been running that football this evening. Very evasive and very headstrong to get where he needs to go.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how patient he was at the top of the run, and then he finishes off the run by breaking a few tackles and almost breaking that last one. If he gets that one, he's in the end zone. But instead, a 23-yard gain, first down, Pieper in the red zone.
Well, the clock is stopped, of course, with 8:23 left to go as Wagner is tending to their injured player. Down on the field, that is number 24, Matthew Olveda. Olveda, defensive back, junior. And he looks like he's up with his own power. Good sign. Get a shot at H2O and back in the game momentarily.
Yeah, still very hot here. Very humid after the kind of spotty showers we had
Absolutely,
this afternoon.
Yeah, that shower certainly did much to help humidity. It won't start cooling down till November. 1st and 10. There's Keith. Pass. This one complete. Good job, Andrew Grindstaff, hauling that in.
And trying to set up that wide receiver middle screen and just taking a little too much time because getting off his mark is Keith. Unable to make an accurate pass, but still completes it.
Second down. Hamilton the carry once again. Gets down to about the 10-yard line. Will be tripped up there. And on the stop from his defensive tackle position, Azario Brooks, the junior. So it's 3rd and 5 for the Warriors. Hamilton in the backfield with quarterback Caden Keith. And he gets a call. Straight ahead across the 5, down to around the 3-yard line. That'll move the chains and it'll be a 1st and goal for the Pieper Warriors.
And John Hamilton continues to be fed, and he wants more. He can taste the end zone, trying to get in there for the first time today.
Well, it's 1st and goal, Pieper. Line of scrimmage the 2. This time Keith keeps it, but he'll be wrapped up and thrown for a loss back out to the 5-yard line. In on the stop that time, that was DeMontre Drummer from his linebacker position. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball on the 5.
This time they go wide zone on a read option there. And instead of getting north and south, good job there by the Thunderbirds of corralling them.
Here's Hamilton, the carry. Hamilton's going to get it down inside the 2 to about the 1-yard line. Before he's dropped, Hamilton's just had some success running that football. Very confident runner.
Yeah, already 4 carries on this drive. He's been the workhorse trying to punch it in that last yard.
3rd and goal, Hamilton. No indication from the referee yet. Not sure. I think he might have been stopped just shy. Stopped at the goal line. So that's going to bring up a 4th down.
You're inside the 1. You need probably 6 inches.
Hopper back in. And here we go. 4th and goal from the 1. Keith. They give to Hopper. Hopper, no doubt about it. Touchdown. Hopper picking up his 3rd rushing touchdown of the evening. And for the first time in the ball game, the Pieper Warriors have the lead.
9-play, 61-yard drive capped off by guess who? Brady Hopper. Back-to-back touchdown runs on 4th and goal. And Pieper coming down from 14, and they've scored 21 unanswered.
And that's it, 28-21. That's where we stand with 5:39 remaining here in the third quarter. Pieper on top, and we'll be back with more here on the Warriors Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Back at DW Rutledge Stadium, the Pieper Warriors take their first lead of the ball game on a Brady Hopper 1-yard touchdown run. And Sam, how did that drive look?
9 plays, 61 yards, took 3:55 off the clock, and Brady Hopper continues to be a touchdown magnet on the ground. And again, they're 21 unanswered, but they're cashing in on empty drives from Wagner. Turned a fumble into a touchdown, and then get the stop on turnover on downs after the successful onside kick by the Thunderbirds. So here's another chance to expand that lead if they can get a stop. Desperation mode, it feels like, for Wagner, needing to get back to what they were doing on the first 3 drives.
Daniel Miranda putting his right foot into this one. Wagner just going to let this go into the end zone for a touchback, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now, this is going to be an interesting offensive drive for Wagner to see how much of this maybe is playing with them mentally, or if they can overcome that and see about tying this thing up once again.
They haven't had issues moving the ball. It's just been the one fumble, one mistake, and then that last drive, the Warriors stood firm on those first 4 plays. So here's where we're going to get to see kind of where they stand with how they face adversity. They've lost their center. See if they can corral from that.
1st and 10, line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line for the Wagner Thunderbirds. Monty the snap. Here's the pitch. Stringing it out to the near side and out of bounds. That time, Davion Anderson with the carry. He gets the ball out to about the 35-yard line. No mental mistakes there. That'll move the chains. 1 run, 1 first down for Wagner.
First touch for Anderson today, and Monty's delivered the ball. The pitches have been on point. Outside of that one fumbled snap, everything's been good by the quarterback.
Monty, the pitch once again, this time going the other side. Oh, here we go again. It's Serrano off to the races. Big pickup. That's going to move the chains and give Wagner another first down. As he gets knocked out of bounds, and they're going to mark this at the Pieper, call it about the Pieper 43, I believe.
Gain of 22 for Serrano, and he's only touched the ball 3 times, already over 100 yards. He's got some different speed when he gets north and south.
He really does. He really does. And finds his holes real well as well. 1st and 10. Wagner. Monty under center. Handoff straight ahead. That's Reynolds. And penalty markers on the field right now. Going to be an interesting call.
And it's going to go against Pieper. Michael Bust had Monty in his arms and then kind of suplexed him to the ground. It's going to be a personal foul. Add 15 for Wagner.
Well, I think this is one place where, of course, needless to say, Coach is going to have to get a hold of this and say we can't afford mistakes like that. Let them right back into it. Of course, it is just a one-touchdown game, but they don't need the real estate. And look at this. This is going to mark it all the way to the 26-yard line.
And that's his assignment. Michael Buss's assignment is Mondi, but you've got to know if he doesn't have the ball, you can't just hit him. You can hit him as he's pitching the ball, but you can't have anything extracurricular once he does not have the ball.
Right. It's when the little yellow hankies come out.
Haven't seen many of them today, though.
Not too many. It's been, for the most part, a hanky-free game. 1st and 10. Handoff straight ahead as they're just trying to ground it out. They're playing some good grind-out football. He's in on the carry once again. That was Reynolds.
Shepler with a good job standing him up in the middle.
Absolutely. I think he might have just got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll check that out. That is the call. I think that's the first time they've just shut him down trying to run the football. And that's a good sign for that Warrior defense. 2nd and 10 now. Line of scrimmage is the Pieper 26. Mondi to give straight ahead. It's Reynolds trying to bang his way out. Nothing doing there is there to wrap him up. That was Leighton Springer. Another big stop defensively. We call that young man's name quite a number of times thus far this evening. They're going to give him a pickup of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Again, behind the chains for Wagner. They have not passed or attempted it today. We'll see if they do it here on 3rd and 7.
Mondi keeps it himself. He's going to be wrapped up. He's going to be shy of the first down. Is he trying to just will his way before Bennett King got a hold of him and wrapped him up? 4th down and 3. They're inside the Pieper 20.
This is still go zone for them. They've been able to pick up 4 or 5 yards with ease most times, but looks like it might be a little bit more of a conversation and decision whether to take the points or go for it here.
Yeah, well, the clock continues to run now. Down around 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And with that, Wagner's decided to take a timeout. So with that timeout, let's take this one with 3:06 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 28-21, Pieper on top of Wagner. More to come here on the Warriors Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Here's the situation. It's 4th and 3. Line of scrimmage is the Pieper 19-yard line. Wagner trying to pick up a big first down. Rolling out right side. He's going to be caught and dropped. Huge defensive play that time. Who else but Leighton Springer?
Big time sack from Leighton Springer. They go fake the pitch to Serrano going to that Pieper sideline. Try to roll out Mondi to the Wagner sideline near side, and everything's covered up and not enough speed from Mondi to get out of the outstretched arms of Springer.
It was a good call to see if the Pieper defense was sleeping because they were about to try their first pass attempt of the ball game. But nothing doing there. You've got to tip your cap that time, the purple and gold cap, to Leighton Springer. What a huge stop, big-time stop. It's 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is the Pieper 22-yard line. Keith, pass complete across the 25 and across the 30. Here goes the wide receiver, Andrew Grindstaff.
4th catch for Grindstaff today. He's been a popular target all year long for Keith. Really compliments Isaiah Champagne very well.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Pieper, the give, Hopper. There's a first down and more as he bangs his way out to about the 35-yard line before he's wrapped up there. In on the stop. That was Azario Brooks along with others making the big stop. It's a 1st and 10 now. 34-yard line. Line of scrimmage for Pieper, their own 34. Keith dropping back, looking to pass. Rolling out. Dodge a couple of tackles, maybe give him one before he's forced out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Referee's not going to be as kind as we are, you know.
No, certainly not. Make him earn it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors.
But a smart play there from Keith. Nothing's open. Try and extend the play and then get out of bounds without losing any yards.
Nice pitch. Trying to cut back. Across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Wagner's done much better with that kind of toss pitch. This time, Hopper almost tries to use it as like a counter play going back to where he motioned from. Thunderbirds were right there. 3rd and long now.
Hopper had success on that a little bit earlier, picked up some positive yardage. It's 3rd and 7. Big play coming up for the Warrior offense. Keith rolling near side. Pass. Just a little bit too tall for Grindstaff. About the 45-yard line. Yvonne Carter back on coverage for Wagner. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And first punt of the ball game coming up. Wait till late in the 3rd quarter to get the first punt of the ball game in. Tells you what kind of game this has been.
Good offense and some good defense here in the second half by both sides. Warriors got us 2 stops on 4th down and first punt forced by Wagner.
Jaden Tardy standing back at his own 30-yard line to await the Warrior punt. Bobble just a bit. This one's going to take a roll. The Warriors going to let it roll. They're going to pin Wagner deep, deep in their own territory. Looks like at about the 2-yard line. Heads up play by the Warriors special team unit.
$62-yard punt.
Amazing.
And it was directionally right at the out-of-bounds marker at the 1. So can't say enough there by the punter, Carter Norsworthy.
No, absolutely not. 62 yards. So Wagner with her back up against the wall and 62 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. See what they've got. The Warrior defense has shut them down on 2 consecutive drives. What they have happening here. Here's the handoff. Straight ahead. Arch Reynolds, he gets out across the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Nice pickup. That ought to be enough to move the chains and give the Thunderbirds a first down.
I mean, there's just a lot of physicality that you have to face when meeting William Reynolds in the hole. He able to stiff arm off a Warrior player and get all the way to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, actually they're going to mark this a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Wagner. Mondi under center. Handoff. This time Reynolds wrapped up. Good defensive surge that time. Brody Spencer in on that, 21.
And Leighton Springer in the middle of it once again. Hit him at the line of scrimmage, or I guess they're going to say he got to the 11 before being driven back. But still, tough earned yards by Reynolds.
Absolutely. So that'll move the chains. It's 1st and 10 for Wagner as the clock continues to run, now under 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Mondi, the pitch, coming near side. No, nothing doing there. Wrapped up. That time, that was Brendan Hinojosa, the junior defensive lineman, over to make the stop on the Wagner back. As a matter of fact, I think that was Tardy with the carry. They're going to let this run out, put the third quarter in the books. And after 3, our score now, Pieper 28, Wagner 21. Back for the final 12 minutes here in just a moment on the Warriors Network.
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
UW Rutledge Stadium is where we are for fourth quarter action between the homestanding Wagner Thunderbirds and the Pieper Warriors. Pieper with a 28-21 lead heading into the final stanza along with Sam Kamen. I'm Roland J. Reese. As we start the fourth quarter, Wagner has the football, 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage is their own 13-yard line, and we remember this drive started back at their own 1 following a beautiful punt by Pieper. Mondi under center. Handoff going straight ahead. I think the Warrior defense is smelling that out that time. William Reynolds seemingly shut down a little bit more now as he's carrying the football.
Yeah, he's had 55 yards in the first half, and I mean, trying to add up all these numbers, he's probably around 20 or 30 yards and about the same amount of carries. The Pieper Warriors defense has made a good adjustment from halftime of how they want to attack this option offense, and there's a reason why they're pitching a shutout so far through that third quarter.
Well, with that carry, it was a pickup of 3. It's 3rd and 5 for Wagner. Here's the pitch coming near side. Oh, beautiful defensive pursuit that time by the Pieper Warriors. Boy, did they get a big loss on the running back. Well, the running back suffered a loss. Maybe I should use my English a little bit more eloquently. That time it was Anderson who took the pitch. And great defensive pursuit by that Warrior defense.
Again, it was Lopez setting the edge. He doesn't make the tackle, but he makes the play because it gives him and his teammates the rest of the opportunity to track down Anderson, who was looking for a way to the marker. Instead, it's going to be a loss of 10, have to take the punt.
Absolutely, and for the first time in the game, Wagner is punting. This punt, Pieper deep man going to stay away from it. We'll get a friendly Wagner roll and be down at the 45-yard line, that being the Pieper 45. Still good field position for the Warriors as they take over on offense, 1st and 10.
Now we're seeing some very nice friendly rolls off the turf, going from our right to left. I mean, that punt went 48 yards just after a 62-yard punt for Pieper. So maybe they got this line drive punt thing off the turf really working. They've been practicing that.
Couple of receivers to the near side and a single receiver to the far side for Caden Keith on this 1st and 10. Keith, handoff. Hamilton across midfield and into Wagner territory as he stopped at about the 46-yard line. John Hamilton, what a job running the football this evening. You know, for a pass-happy team or a very pass-successful team that Pieper is, we've certainly seen him do a good job running the football this evening.
They have been very balanced today.
Here we go again with Hamilton. Well, this time he's going to be stopped for little to no gain. Juan Gutierrez getting up off the bottom of that pile. Sophomore nose guard.
That play seemed a little off from the get-go. The snap was almost a direct snap to Hamilton instead of to Keith, and then running the read option through the timing off that play and causes the loss.
Grindstaff and Champaign come to the near side. Drake to the far side. It's 3rd and 4. Keith checking signals on the sideline. They're going to take a timeout. And why not? It's a big 3rd down play. It really is. I mean, it's, you know, they're got the football, looking to put a little more distance between them and Wagner. And with that, we'll take a break as well. 9:02 left to go in the ball game. 28-21, Pieper on top. Back with more in a moment on the Warriors Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Well, here's the situation. Pieper with the football. They're at their own correction. They are at the 49-yard line of Wagner. And it's 3rd and 4. Big play coming up here for the Warriors. Grindstaff taking the pitch. He's going to go far side. Correction. That's how good it is. The keeper is Keith across the 40 down to around the 37-yard line. Oh, he got 4 and then some, and even faked out the announcer. Great job.
Yeah, good kind of jet sweep motion and reading the defenses. Keith decides to pull it down, breaks through the offensive line. Big 1st down conversion.
Boy, that was great. That was a great play. It's 1st and 10 now from the Wagner 38. This time Hamilton following his blockers. Far side, 35-30. Down to near the 25-yard line. For he's dropped there by the Thunderbird defenders. Not after a nice gain, though, and going to move the chains and give the Warriors another 1st down.
He's putting his head down and getting to business. He met that DB right at the point of contact, finished forward, 1st down.
Dyron Monday with the stop that time. Here's a pass. Across the middle, Drake hauling that in. Inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line.
Now they're going to go with some tempo. They feel like they've got Wagner on their heels trying to make it a 2-score game.
1st and 10. Hamilton, the give once again. He'll be wrapped up for little to no gain as Azario Brooks, the defensive tackle, making the stop that time on Hamilton. Another injury timeout. As a Wagner Thunderbird being attended to down on the field. We'll take this timeout while they're attending to him with 7:39 remaining in the ball game. 28-21, Pieper on top, and they're driving right here on the Warriors Network. Back with you live, Darion Monday from his free safety position. Shaken up just a bit, but he is walking off the field under his own power. Good sign. Hopefully see him back at some point here in the final 7:39 of this ball game. 2nd and 11 now. They're going to give Hamilton a loss of 1 on the previous play. Keith, the handoff straight ahead. Oh, that's Hopper. Across the 10 down to around the 9-yard line before he's met and driven back. It's a nice pickup.
Brady Hopper, seeing him run last week, looks like a bowling ball, and this time he continues to barrel through this Wagner defense inside the 10. Need a couple more to move the chains.
He's got 9 on that previous play. 3rd and 2 now. Ball on the Wagner 9. Hopper once again. He'll have the first down as he gets down near the 5-yard line before he's wrapped up.
I think he got right to the yard to gain. They needed the 7.
There you go. They've moved the down marker to first down. And it'll be 1st and goal, Warriors. Line of scrimmage, the 7-yard line. The handoff coming near side, it's Hopper. Penalty markers. He got awful close. I don't know. Yeah, that definitely.
He was in, but that flag's in the land of holding.
In the land of holding, yes indeed. So that'll move it back just a bit. It'll be 1st and goal. Remain 1st and goal. Only this time it's going to be from the, call it the 17. That's the case. They back it up 10. Be interesting to see what the Warriors pull out of their offensive bag of tricks now. 1st and goal from the 17. Keith, penalty markers once again.
You're going to back him up another 5 for a false start.
Wow.
Going the wrong direction after getting in the end zone.
Certainly is, and there's 6:26 remaining in the game. Still plenty of time. Is Grindstaff checking in, Hopper checking out. Figure they're going to need to go air Warriors on this.
They've been successful on the ground, but 1st and goal from the 22.
Definitely. Got to go to the air. And they've had success going to the air. Keith looking, unloads, pass by himself. Grindstaff is picked off. He had Grindstaff there for a moment. Coming over to make the interception, it was a young man we were talking about that was came off the field. Darion Monday. As he picks that off and gives the Thunderbirds possession now.
And it's unfortunate because they got 2 slant patterns going towards the middle of the field trying to hit Grindstaff on the corner route towards the end zone, and Monday does a good job of just staying in his zone, covering that corner of the field, makes the interception, keeps Pieper off the board, and a 1-possession game for Wagner.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Line of scrimmage is their own 20-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield for Monday. Here's the pitch, near side. Once again, strung out. Good defensive effort to stop the runner, and over to make the stop. If I can get that young man's number.
7, it's going to be Tardy.
Right, but over to make the stop.
Oh,
that was Jackson Hopper.
Good catch. Yeah, they've done a good job. Hopper, Raja Lopez, Springer, Shepler. I mean, the DBs and linebackers are doing everything they can on the assignment football. They've made a great adjustment from that first half.
Well, Hopper stopped Tardy for no gain. Pitch the other side. They're going to Hardy, and Man, that's a swarming Warrior defense. Big hit that time on the far side of the field. Another timeout. So to make that hit, Nino Spina. Call his name.
Yeah, Nino Spina makes the tackle on Anderson, who's a little shaken up. But again, it starts with setting the edge, and that time it was Bennett King setting the edge, making sure Anderson had to come up field, and Spina's right there for the hit tackle. 3rd and long now for the Thunderbirds.
It's 3rd and 8. You're going with 3 backs in the backfield along with cornerback Charles Mondi. 5 minutes and change remaining here in the ball game. Lone touchdown scored in the 3rd quarter is the difference in this one. 28-21 Pieper. Ball's on the ground. Miscue from center to Mondi. And the Warrior defense all over it.
Ever since that fumble to end the first half, it has been all no good for Wagner. Turned over on downs first 2 times with the ball this half, and they're going to be forced to punt with under 5 minutes to go.
Leighton Springer leading the charge on that last Piper stop. And for the second time in the ball game, Wagner's on to punt this away. They fake the punt. This time, they trap the up man back at about the 13-yard line. Stop that time. Josh Menchaca on special teams. Man, that's the second big play that special teams has turned over tonight for the Pieper Warriors.
Yeah, it's complimentary football for the Warriors. The offense kept them in the game after making an early mistake on their first drive, responded with 3 straight touchdowns. The defense making halftime adjustments, and you've seen it on the special teams front. A big-time punt to down the Thunderbirds deep in their own territory by Norsworthy, doing it on the opposite end, making sure they were ready for that fake.
1st and 10, Hamilton the carry, squirting across the 10, across the 5, down to around the 4-yard line. Before he's met there and dropped. And on the stop, that was Demarion Curley. That ought to be enough to move the chains and give them the first down. Once again, we're looking at a 1st and goal from the Pieper Warriors. Keith looking over to the sidelines to get some instruction. Correction, they're saying he's a yard shy at 2nd and 1. They can still pick up a first down. And Hopper does so right there as he bangs out to about the 3-yard line.
And they can take as much time as they want off the clock. First down. And you got 3 plays. Check that, probably 4 plays to punch it in, go up 2 scores, and ice this one to go to 1-0 in district play.
Well, that's it. It's right now the Wagner defense and that clock who are Piper's enemies. And it's 1st and goal for the Warriors. The handoff straight ahead. Hopper into the end zone. Touchdown. 4 touchdowns on the evening for running back Brady Hopper.
Got a feeling that's going to earn yourself a player of the game mention. You score 4 touchdowns all on the ground. Single-handedly outscoring Wagner right now. You deserve every brownie point you can think of. Brady Hopper is going to enjoy the ice bath tonight.
Touchdown runs of 2-1 and 2 touchdown runs of 3 yards for Brady Hopper this evening. Extra point, up and good. That Pieper lead has been stretched to 14 as they're up 35-21 on the Wagner Thunderbirds with 3 minutes left to go in tonight's ball game. Back with more in just a moment here on the Warriors Network.
Who's Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Huey, Western Original.
Brady Hopper gets back into the end zone for the Pieper Warriors, his fourth trip to said end zone this evening. Increases that lead to 14 to 35-21. And Sam, how'd that drive look?
It was very cashed in very quickly, because you look at what they did. Wagner tries to line up for a punt with just under 5 minutes. Menchaca's there making sure he sniffs it out. They went 14 yards in just a few plays. Hamilton as well as Hopper tack it in.
Little pooch kickoff handled by one of the up men at about the 30-yard line, just shy of the 30. And that's where Wagner will go to work 1st and 10.
Now they're going to be forced to try and air it out. Down 2 scores, 2:58 to go. They've got 2 timeouts, but they need to score 2 touchdowns, get an onside kick or stop as well.
Monty brings his troops to the line on this 1st and 10. Handoff straight ahead. Reynolds, nothing doing there. That time wrapped up for no gain. Josh Menchaca. Second time we've called that young man's name this half. Maybe they give him a pickup of 1. They say his momentum got him 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 31-yard line, and that clock continues to run at 2:36 remaining in tonight's ball game. Monty the snap. Rolling out. Unloads. Pass incomplete. I think that might have been intended for Serrano, who just couldn't pull it in. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
First pass attempt we've seen. It's only their 4th of the entire season. 3 for 3 coming into this game was Mondi. All came in their opener versus Dripping Springs. Didn't have to air it out at all versus San Marcos. Going to have to continue to do it if they want to come back here.
It's 3rd and 9. Mondi rolling right. Once again, he's going to try and pass the ball. This time, may have completed it. I think so, on the far side of the field. Yes, it came up. Good defense that time by Bennett King, but he's still going to be shy of a 1st down. It'll be 4th and 2.
The problem for Wagner is the clock's still rolling. You got to go quick. This is going to be the ball game if Pieper gets the stop.
4th and 2. Mondi. The snap, he decides to keep it himself. Good effort across the 40 down to about the, call it 43, as he's going to squirt ahead for the 1st down. That'll move the chains. 90 seconds remaining in tonight's ball game.
It's just one of those things with this option attack. You can't get down. They can't go any faster than they are.
Mondi rolling far side. Feeling pressure, unloads, pass incomplete. Pressure was coming from Mondi in the person of Brendan Hinojosa.
Yeah, he's been in the backfield a couple times. Second time, Mondi's helmet has come off in this ball game, so Stevens is going to have to get the air attack going and going quickly. And we saw it in the first 3 drives, the clock control. A 3.5-minute touchdown drive, over 5 minutes and over 4 minutes in their touchdown drives. They're not used to going quick like Pieper is and scoring in a blink of an eye.
And timeout on the field? I believe so. Timeout taken by Wagner.
That does mean Mondi can come back in. He does not have to sit out this play for losing his helmet.
And that shows they're down to their last timeout, while Pieper has 2.
Pretty good matchup from two teams that are projected to finish in the top 4 in their district and make the playoffs once again. Thunderbirds made it the last 2 years, and Pieper coming off a great state semifinal, or they were a game short of the state semifinals. But, you know, through 4 games, I've been impressed with the jump from 5A Division II to 5A Division I. They have not missed a beat.
Absolutely. They've looked really, really good. 1st and 10. Pass complete across the 45. Down to around the 47-yard line goes Jaden Tardy as he hauls that in. That time, Latrell Stevens-Jones in the quarterback. Made the pass. It'll be 2nd down. They're going to give him a pickup, a correction, 3rd down and 4 with that pickup of 6. And they've got to hurry now, down under a minute. As a matter of fact, 45 seconds remaining in the ball game tonight. Handoff on the delay. It's Reynolds across midfield into Pieper territory at about the 47-yard line. And yet I believe Wagner's going to use their last timeout. That is the case with 33 seconds left to go. Well, if this holds up, and of course we're looking at a 14-point margin, Wagner is going to head to district play next week against the MacArthur Brahmas. And for these Pieper Warriors, I don't know if we would refer to this as the Battle of Spring Branch, the Battle of Bulverde, or just the backyard war for 2 neighboring teams as they take on the Smithson Valley Rangers a week from tomorrow.
Well, it's a Comal ISD showdown, to say the least. It's the newcomers on the block versus the big brother that's always been there. And, you know, it's the first time we're going to get to see these 2 as district opponents, and I've got a feeling number 1, number 2 projected are the Rangers and Warriors. It's going to be a good heated rivalry if they continue to stay in the same district.
Absolutely. Handoff. This is Reynolds. Big hole across the 35 down to around the 33-yard line. They're going to have to hurry, although the clock stops on a 1st down. It's 26 seconds left. Wagner's going to have to hurry. Mondi back in at quarterback. Takes the snap, rolling far side. Passes, pass complete. Wrapped up, ball dropped and out of bounds. I think he had possession, though.
Yeah, they marked him as if it was a fumble. So it's going to be a loss on the play.
It's Darion Monday coming up with the reception. She's in the backfield. Fumbled it out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down.
And the clock's going to continue to wind because of a fumbled ball out of bounds, and that's going to do it.
That's going to do it. Pieper Warriors move to 4-0 on the season as they defeat the Wagner Thunderbirds by a final of 35-21.
28 unanswered by Pieper after going down 21-7. The offense kicked it into high gear, but you got to credit Coach Nick Rogers as well as defensive coordinator Ryan Pollard for the adjustments they made at halftime and how they were able to shut down this option attack that had over 200 yards in the first half, probably less than 100 yards here in the second half.
And you know something, when it's all said and done, at the end of this season, these Pieper Warriors are going to be making noise in the city, for city rankings.
Yeah, they sure are, and I bet they had a bad taste in their mouth last time out, because last time they played an option team was Liberty Hill, a team that they beat in district. They were the team that also kept them from the state semifinals with their option attack. They got the better of them. Not today. They made the adjustments when necessary and come out with a big road victory.
Absolutely. 35-21, Pieper. And next week, as we mentioned, the area rivalry as they take on the Smithson Valley Rangers. That'd be a week from tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. You got to look at some players of the game, and offensively, Brady Hopper, 4 touchdowns. Can't go without an offensive recognition when you have 4 touchdowns. I mean, Caden Keith had 6 touchdowns last week. He got player of the week. This week, it's Brady Hopper, 4 on the ground. What a day he had. He's going to get 4 ice cream scoops on the way back home. And then defensively, it can go to a lot of It starts with the cornerbacks setting the edge, like Raja Lopez, Jackson Hopper, Bennett King. Those were some of the guys setting the edge, making sure those running backs and A-backs for the Thunderbirds had to cut inside. And when they did, they got lit up by Leighton Springer, Nino Spina, game balls to those linebackers and cornerbacks.
Absolutely. Great job this evening. And I think the thing that impressed me the most by seeing what the Pieper Warriors left out here on the field was just their patience. Just their patience and just a team trusting each other. And that's what coaches ask. So great job. Once again, our final 35-21. I'd like to thank everybody with Wig Productions and the Warriors Network this evening. Thank you for joining us. For my partner, Sam Kamen, I'm Roland James Reese. And until next time, so long, everybody.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you.